Hello everyone, and welcome on back to my channel. Thank you so much for returning and joining me on another video for all of my returning subscribers. As we can see, today's video is going to be all about my sinking funds. So if you're interested in seeing how much I was able to save within 1 month, then just keep on watching. All right, so as I just said, we are talking all about sinking funds today. These are one of the videos that I always enjoy to record for you guys. And when it comes to my sinking funds, what I like to do is to track my progress each month. So what that means is at the end of each month, I like to come in, document, and see how much I currently have within my sinking funds. And I also like to see how much I used within them. So I just think that this is a good way to track my sinking funds because they are very important to me when it comes to budgeting. If this happens to be your first time here on the channel, I would like to take a moment and welcome you. My name is Monet and I am 24 years old. And here on this channel, we deal with all things budgeting and really trying to get a hold on your finances. That is something that I personally struggled with, and when I came across the cash envelope system, I just found it so helpful, and I thought it would be beneficial to document my progress here on YouTube in hopes to educate or inspire someone else that was in a similar situation. I am also in the process of eliminating my debt, so I am using the debt snowball method to help with that. So if that sounds like something you would also be interested in, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family because I would love to have you. All right, but now that we know everything about one another, let's go ahead and get started with filling out my sinking funds sheet. Okay, so as always, before we get started, I always want to preference that if you are enjoying any of the sheets that you see me use within my channel, I do create them myself. I have budget kits that I create for each month that I like to decorate and put out that you can download, and I have regular sheets that you can just print out as well. So always check out my Etsy shop. The link is in the description, and you can print out all of these pages right at your home if you would find them helpful. So to get started with my sinking fund sheet, I first like to fill out the top portion. So I'm going to list all of my funds and their starting balances. So where I get that information from is I look at my sinking funds from the month before. So this is my sheet from the month before. And my starting balance that I'm going to list here is of course going to be my end balance from the month before. So let me go ahead and fill that out, and then I'll bring you guys right on back. All right, so looking at my sinking funds, we started the month off with apartment, and that had $5,000. Annual pay had $90. Car maintenance had $880. Christmas had $550. Gifts had $104. Medical had $294. Vacation had $665, taxes had $6,127, and my savings had $2,302. So overall, at the beginning of the month, I had a grand total of $16,012 within my sinking funds. So the next thing that we are going to do now is list all of my transactions that I had referring to my sinking funds. And if I added money, I will put it in this column. If I took away money, I will put it in this column, and then I will receive my end balance. And I want to ensure that my end balance is what I actually have within my envelopes that I'm going to show to you guys. I will be doing a bill swap or a bill exchange to condense the money that is within my binders and to deposit any money to the bank that I want to deposit. And if you are new to the channel, the way I like to do that is I have this envelope here for my debt snowball. So at the end of the day, this is going to be deposited into the bank. So I don't mind if I have more bills within this envelope because, as I said, it's going to go to the bank. So I like to use my debt snowball payment at the end of the month to exchange my money with. So I'm going to lay out the money that I had put aside for my debt snowball, and as a total I had $969. So at the end of the day, once I'm done exchanging all of my money, I should still have $969 to deposit within the bank. So now that I explained everything to everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and get our setup ready, and then we can get started with finishing out our sheet. All right, so this is the setup that we are going to work with. We have our sheet, we have our envelopes, we have our calculator. Over here is the money from my debt snowball that I will be using to exchange and condense my bills. So let's go ahead and get started with the first fund. Our first fund is going to be coming from apartment. Now, I'm going to write apartment as the fund since that is what we will be dealing with. And for the month, I did not add any money to this sinking fund. But guys, I cannot stress how important and how beneficial this sinking fund was. If you are unaware, this month I was in the process of moving. So this month I went and bought all of my moving boxes and everything that I needed for my move. I went ahead and purchased me some extra furniture that I had my eye on that I wanted to bring to the new place. I went ahead and paid for my security deposit, and I paid for my first month's rent. And I truly wish that I had did this process the first time when I moved out, because it has been such a blessing. I mean, moving is still stressful, but it's a different type of stress as opposed to when you're stressing about where the money is going to come from, rather than you stressing about like packing and getting little things together. So throughout the month, I did multiple payments with this envelope. So I'm just going to total up everything and put it as moving expenses. And this one line is going to include everything I just said, like my furniture, my security deposit, all of that. So ultimately, at the end of this month, I spent $4,640 just within my moving expenses. And as I said, I'm just very, very thankful that I had this envelope, because last time when I moved out, this money right here would have all went on a credit card. All of it would have been paid somehow, some way, but I would not have saved up for it. It would have just accumulated more within my debt. So this is your sign, this is your message that if you have a big expense or something big planning, please prepare for it, because this is the first time I'm feeling this relief, and it's just amazing. So I want as much people to benefit from it as I can. So if we go ahead and fill out the rest of this, I did not add anything for apartment. And as I said, I took out $4,640. If we started with $5,000 and we took out $4,640, we should now have $360 left remaining in my apartment fund. And I also did want to thank the people who gave me advice when it came to my moving out expenses and fees that my new apartment is currently charging me. As of right now, it looks legit, and I still don't know the exact number that I'm supposed to be paying when I'm moving out. So I'm hoping that this remaining $360 will cover the rest of that when I officially move out of this place. But again, you guys always give me great information, great advice, and I always appreciate it, because like I said, I'm learning each and every day. So any advice, as always, please put that within the comments. So if we look at my apartment fund, we see now I have actual cash within it, and I should now have the remaining $360. 50, 100, 200, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 350, and 360. So that is correct, $360. And I don't think I'm going to condense this one. I think I'll leave it as is. Just because, as I said, everything is very up in the air on what I will have to pay. So I like that I have a few large bills and a few smaller bills. So as of right now, I'll just keep this envelope the way it is. So yes, guys, I'm super excited to move into the place. I shall be moving in to my new place next week. So that may interfere with next week's upload schedule. There may not be a video just because I'm moving and I don't think I would have the time. So I did just want to give you guys a heads up there. All right, so if we move on now to our next fund, we are now going to be dealing with annual payments. So I will write annual payments as the fund, and this sinking fund I was able to save within my side income from the month, and for the month I was able to add $60. So I did not take anything out this month. So if we add 60, we took nothing out. We started with 90 plus 60. I should now have $150 within this envelope. So looking at annual payments, let's make sure that is true. 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. So that is correct, $150. And if we do 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, this is 100. So we'll put this to the side and add 100. I want to add a pretty 100, so I'll put that one to the back. So we'll add 100, and now we see we are at 150. So that can go right back into our annual payments. So now we move on to the next fund, and that's going to be car maintenance. And we also funded this sinking fund with my side income. For the month, I was able to add $140 to this sinking fund. And for the month, thankfully, I did not have to take any money out. So if we add 140, we took nothing out. We started with 880 plus 140. That gives us $1,020. So let's go ahead and count and make sure. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,020. So that is true. We have 1,020, which is crazy within our car maintenance. And we're just going to go ahead and put this 1,000 to the side and add that to the bank. And I'm going to go ahead and, of course, put my placeholder in the $1,000 place to let us know that we have $1,000. So now that's $1,020 that we now have within my car maintenance fund. Now we can move on to Christmas. So we will list Christmas as our fund, and the transaction is once again going to be from my side income. And we managed to bring in $80 for the month towards the sinking fund. So 80, and I took nothing out. 550 plus 80, that gives me $630 within my Christmas envelope. So let's check and make sure that that is correct. We have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 600, 20, 30. That is true, $630. So let's go ahead and see if we can condense this. I'll exchange these 20s for 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So I'll put that down, grab 100, and that should be good. So that's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 20, 30. All right, 630 right back into Christmas. Moving on, we will now be looking at gifts for our sinking fund. So first, let's list all of the money that we were able to add from our side income. So for the month, that was $30. And also within this sinking fund, I did use some money to get a gift for my best friend. So I will write Bestie B-Day. And I still haven't gotten everything for her gift. I'm still probably going to get like a gift card or something for her. But I did want to get the main gift. And so far that was $28 that I took out for that. So if we go ahead and add this information up here, we added 30 and I took away 28. So if we started with 104 plus 30 minus 28, that gives me $106 that I should have left within my gifts envelope. So over here, looking at gifts, let's see what we have. 50, 70, 90, 100, 5, 6. So yes, perfect, 106. And this is another one that I won't condense and put like a large bill, because when I go shopping, I like to have smaller bills, you know, just in case, to buy gifts for people. So that will be left as is. And we can move on to the next envelope, which is going to be my medical. So for the month, we have $35 that I added towards my medical bill. And I did not take any money out this month for this fund. So if we add 35, took nothing out, starting with $294 plus 35, that means we should have $329 left. So grabbing my medical envelope, we have 100, 200, 250, 270, 290, 300, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So that is true, $329. So let's see how we can condense this. We can do this, 2 20s and a 10 for 50. And we can exchange these 5s for 20s. 5, 10, 15, 20. And I think that's good. That's as best as we can condense it. So we should still have our 329, 100, 200, 300, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So yes, that is correct. And add that right back to our envelope. Okay, after that we have vacation. I did manage to add some money from my side income, and for the month that was a total of $80 that I was able to add. And also from this sinking fund, I did have to take out money. I had some airline tickets that I had from, what was it, 2019, that I kept rolling over as a credit. So I finally decided to use those airline tickets, but then I had to pay the difference. So I will write airplane tickets, and that ended up being $57 that I had to pay for the rest of that. So if we put 80 that we added and the 57 that I had to take out, let's see what my vacation should be. 665 plus 80 minus 57. That gives me $688 within my vacation sinking fund. So looking at vacation, let's see. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88. So yes, $688. And I'll go ahead and exchange these 20s for 100. Can I do that? Let me see. 20, 40, 60, 80. No, I guess I'll do a 50 and a 10 to get the 60. All right, so we should still have 688. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 650, 670, 680, 85, 86, 87, 88. Okay, so $688, and that will go right back within my vacation envelope. So the next fund that we are going to move into will be my taxes. This is taxes from all of the side income that I was able to earn for the month, and I should have $947 within my taxes. So I will add the $947, because when it comes to my taxes, I always deposit this into the bank at the end of every month. So I do not have the $6,127 that is in the bank, and I'm just going to verify that I have $947 as the total within my taxes. So also for this envelope, since it is going to the bank, I'm not going to go ahead and condense it. I am just going to count it to make sure that it is accurate. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. So that is correct, $947. And I will put this to the side to be deposited into the bank. All right, so now let's go ahead and get our final end balance for taxes. We took nothing out. So if we started with $6,127, we added $947, that will give us $7,074 that is now within my taxes. All right, so the final sinking fund will be coming from my savings. And for the month, we had a goal of $220. And as we saw, I did reach that goal, so $220. So we added $220. I took nothing out. So we started with $2,302. We are going to add our $220. So that gives us $2,522. That should be within my savings envelope. So looking at my savings, we have our placeholders for $2,000, so we know that that is in the bank. So within actual cash, we should have $522. 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 390, 410, 430, 450, 470, 490, 510, 520, 21, and 22. So yes, that is true, 522. And let's go ahead and condense these. So we have 100, 200, we have $200 in 50s. So let's set that to the side and pick up $200 bills. Then we have 20, 40, 60, 80, $100 in 20s. So put that to the side, pick up another 100. And then we have 50, 70, 90, and this will make another 100. So let's put that down and get another $100 bill. And then we're just left with the 20 and 2 singles. So we'll leave that as is. So that should give us 522, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 20, 21, 22. So yes, that is true and so much easier to count. So we will put our total right back into my savings envelope and put that to the side. All right, so now everything has been accounted for within my sinking funds. And what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and get my end balance and see what I have now within my sinking funds for the month. All right, so that gives me a grand total of $12,879 that I now have within my sinking funds. I also like to compare it from the month before. So we started the month with $16,012. So of course that will give us a decrease when it comes to my sinking funds. So I am now down $3,133 compared to the month before. But of course that was because of my apartment sinking fund, but that is completely fine. That's what that sinking fund was there for, so that I can use it when I need it. Overall, I'm still proud of myself and with the progress that I'm doing within my sinking funds, and I just love them, and they really help me keep myself accountable and still be on budget. So now that everything within this paper is good, I'm going to set this to the side, and what I want to make sure is that the money that I will be depositing into the bank is accurate. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab all of this. And as we said when we started this, I should have $969 still put aside for my debt snowball payment. There is going to be an extra $1,000 in here, so we should now have $1,969, and that's just because of the $1,000 that I took out of my car maintenance fund. So let's just count and make sure that everything is accurate. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, and we have 100, 200, 50, 70, 90. I'm gonna add a 10 just to turn that into another 100. 20, 40, 60, 80. So then that will give us 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 80, 800, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 900, and then we have 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. So yes, that is true. We have our $969 from our original debt snowball, and then we have the extra 1,000 for my car maintenance. So all of this will be getting deposited into the bank. All right, so I'll go ahead and put this all in here. So this will be going to the bank, and my tax money will be going to the bank. So that is how I like to wrap up my month and condense my sinking funds when I need to. All right, everyone, so there you have it. That is how I'm going to wrap up my sinking funds update for the month of September. I'm really looking forward to the month of October. It's going to be very interesting in terms of my finances, so we'll see how things go. But as always, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give me any feedback and comments down below in the comments, and be sure to give this video a big thumbs up because that really does help and support the channel. If you made it to the end and you are enjoying the content and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, join the family. We would love to have you. And as of today, guys, that's all I have, and I will see you all next time in my next video. Bye, guys.